Welcome to Chennaicitygarden. So today in this video we are going to see about growing marigold from seeds. There are different varieties of marigold. There are different colors of marigold from orange, yellow and different shades of those two colors. But I chose this yellow one this year. And you can see here this is the seed pack. The flowers look so beautiful for me. So let us see how to grow this marigold from seeds. I bought those seeds from a website called Nursery Life. The germination rate was good, so in that case, you too can buy it from that website and use it for your terrace garden. And you can see here, these are the seeds. The seeds are nothing but the dried flowers. So even you can collect the dried flowers from your marigold plants and use it for the next season. You can see here I'm just sowing the seeds. And the scientific name of marigold is tagetes. That is the scientific name for it. You can see here I'm just covering it up with the soil. The soil mix for producing the seedlings is nothing but 50% of vermicompost and 50% of coco peat. That is the seedling mix that I am using here, and you can use the same soil mix so that you too can successfully grow the proper seedlings. Actually, I am using the same soil mix for most of the plants, most of the vegetables. So now I am just pouring some water. Use a sprayer like this so that it won't disturb the seeds. If you pour using any kind of jug or bottle, it will definitely disturb the seeds. So in that case, use a proper sprayer like this. You can see the container, it is a flat container. So I'm just covering it with a glass top, plastic glass top. So this is after 4 to 5 days. You can see here most of the seeds has germinated well. This is how marigold plants look like. The small plants look like. You can see here this is after 10 days. It has grown a bit. The second layer of leaves has started growing. This is after 15 days. The plants are growing really well. You can see here I'm just pouring water, and if you have any kind of liquid fertilizer, you can give it to those plants. It will grow faster. I used to give seaweed liquid fertilizer. You can give it to the roots as well as a foliar spray. The seedlings will grow really faster. And I have sown some of the seeds in other grow bags too. So I'm transplanting those plants into other grow bags. You can see here this is a tomato plant. This is a bag with tomato plant. So I'm just planting a marigold plant here. As you all know, the marigold is one of the best companion plant that you can grow with other plants, especially the tomatoes and eggplants. So it will attract more bees to your vegetable plants, and even the bad insects will get attracted towards the marigold, and it won't affect the other vegetable plants. It will just stay in the marigold plant. In that case, the vegetables won't get affected. So in that way, this is one of the best companion plant that you can grow it in your garden. It has a beautiful smell, and you can see here the same plants which I have started from the seeds. It has grown really well, at least 3 to 4 layers of leaves in many of the plants. This is the proper time to transplant. You can see here this is the proper height. And next thing is about the planting. You can see here I have taken a black pot which is around 8 inch of height. This is the soil mix which I am using to grow the marigolds. Generally you can plant the marigold as deep as you can, because even this plant has some kind of root hairs around the stems, somewhat similar to a tomato plant which has root hairs. Many would have seen that. Now I'm going to transplant it. You can see here, this is the soil mix in which I'm going to plant the seedling. The soil mix has 50% of coco peat, 30% of vermicompost and 20% of red soil. You can use normal garden soil instead of the red soil. It will definitely work. And if you don't have a small pot like this, you can plant these seedlings in the other grow bags which has the vegetable plants. As I had shown earlier in this video, you can plant these plants as companion ones with the other vegetable plants like tomatoes, eggplants, chilies, all those. With all those plants you can plant it. You can see here, this is after 40 to 45 days of time. I'm just removing the green algae which has formed on the top soil. It's always better to remove those. Wherever there is water and proper sunlight, these can form very easily. It will definitely affect the top soil and the oxygen intake. So in that case you can just remove it, and I'm just adding some amount of coco peat to it. You can mix it with, you can add some kind of fertilizer with the coco peat and add it to the top layer. This is a liquid fertilizer. I prepared this liquid fertilizer using neem cake powder, which is rich in nitrogen. And you can see here, this is after 50 days of time. There are lots of flowers. Generally the buds will start coming up after 40 to 45 days and start blooming after 50 days. So in that case, after 2 months of time, you can see lots of flowers blooming. And in between the growing period, you can add some amount of bone meal to it. I used to add a spoon of bone meal once in a month to all kind of flowering plants and even the vegetable plants. It can really help in flowering, and the plants will grow lots of buds. In that case, the flowering season will be too good. You can see here in the same pot which I had planted the seedlings, there are lots of flowers, small flowers. This plant will really help your vegetable garden. Please keep it in mind that it is always better to grow many flowering plants in your vegetable garden. It will definitely attract more bees and beneficial insects. The pollination rate will be too high and you can get more harvest from the vegetable garden. You can get lots of harvest if you grow these kind of flowering plants in your garden. So as I said earlier, this can attract all kind of beneficial insects. So I would strongly recommend this plant as a best companion plant for any type of garden. So if you don't grow one, please buy the seeds and start it from now. It will grow really well and it will give your terrace garden a beautiful color. You will feel really happy when you see these flowers blooming. And at the end of the flowering season, you can collect all those dried flowers and keep it for the next season, or you can start it again with those seeds, and you can grow this marigold, the wonderful marigold plant throughout the year. Your garden will always be colorful. Some of the hybrid flowers grows throughout the year, some of them don't. So in that case, you can purchase the seeds accordingly. You can see here, these are the seeds, the black color. All those flower seeds will have a black bottom. Only then it will start germinating again. So make sure that the flowers are dried. So this is how you can grow the marigold successfully. And if you do like this video, please please give it a like and do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.